Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Star and this is Starlight Beauty. I'm just a mom of 3 boys who likes playing in makeup. And today I thought we would do something a little fun. Well, I think it's fun anyway. We're going to rank my Juvias Place palettes. So if that seems like something you're interested in, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so I have in total, I'm pretty sure I have 25 Juvia's Place palettes. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the bottom and work our way to the top. I am hopefully not going to get these out of order, but if I do, just bear with me. So my least favorite Juvia's Place palette is this one in the taupes. It's just this cute little 6-pan palette. Now, I want to start off by saying that Juvia's Place has some of my favorite eyeshadows. I love their mattes, even though they're a little bit on the drier side, but their shimmers are where it's at. Their shimmers are so vibrant on the eye, and they just do amazing color combos, in my opinion. So the reason this one is ranked the lowest at 25 is just the color selection, to be honest. I love neutral palettes. This is more of a cool-toned neutral palette, and I thought I was going to love it when I got it, but honestly, guys, I haven't gotten very much use out of it. The shimmers, like I said, are beautiful. It's where it's at. Here's what the swatches look like. So there's nothing completely wrong with this one. The mattes in this one, the mattes in the smaller palettes and the newer palettes do seem to be a little bit more creamier than their old formula. So just keep that in mind. But for the most part, the mattes are a drier formula. But the color combo on that one just doesn't speak to my heart, considering how many Juvia's Place palettes I have. So that one is ranked number 25. Now, number 24 is also just because of the color combination in this one. And this is the Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral palette. And this is what it looks like. Guys, like I said, once again, packaging is, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's 10 out of 10. It really is. But I just find that I either wear the corals or I wear the grays. And anytime I've tried to mix the corals and then tried to mix the grays in with it, I did not like the look that I came out with. So to me, if I'm going to use this, I'm just going to use just the corals and like the browns or just the grays. And honestly, there's only 3 grays, and then there's like this taupey, like very light transition-y matte. And I don't know, I've used this, I keep going back and forth on whether this one would be something I'd want to declutter. And I know so many people love this palette, and so I keep trying, and I can't get into it. I just can't. Not if I mix the colors. But once again, there's nothing wrong with the formula of these palettes. I mean, they're gorgeous. I just love them. The shimmers are just, they work so perfect, but this color story just doesn't do it for me either. So, palette number 23 is once again another color story. This is the Warriors 3 by Juvia's. This is what the outside looks like, and like I said, packaging is just, I love the outside of this one. But the color story, it's just, there's this purple, but it is not dark enough when you put it on. And of course, you guys know that I love darkening up looks, and of course I can bring in a black with it, but okay, sorry. Anyway, you know, I love to darken up my looks, and I could bring in another color like a black or a chocolate brown or a deeper navy blue or something like that. But if I'm pulling a palette, and this palette's not, I mean, it's not huge compared to my face, but it's not the smallest palette, and the pan sizes are huge. I would prefer more darker shades. And then also the only metallics or shimmers you get are these 2 right here. And I just don't find this makes a cohesive look without having to pull in more shadows. So it's not an all-in-one palette for me. Here's some swatches of it. So while I like this palette, and like I said, the formula is good, I have to rank this one here. So But, and guys, Juvia's Place is super affordable. I don't think any of their palettes are over, I don't know, their bigger ones might be in the $20 range, but like the tiny ones, I think they're like $10 or $12. I mean, they're just really good. So number 22 is an oldie by Juvia's Place, and it is the Saharan palette. And this packaging is also pretty, but guys, I love the newer packaging on theirs. And this I've had, this isn't the first Juvia's Place palette I bought, but I mean, it's pretty close, to being one of the very first ones I bought. And this is where the mattes are a little drier. The shimmers are outstanding. Once again, the reason this one is ranked at, 22 is just simply for the color selection here. I mean, you have a black, which is good. You got a deepening up shade, and then this shimmer right here, it's pretty dark, so you can always use this on your, your outer lid. But I have colors like this everywhere. And even though, like I said, the metallics are gorgeous, I just don't find myself reaching for this one that often. So for that reason, that's why it's at this one. But guys, I gotta show you. I mean, if I pull it for like this shade right here. It is the Sokoto shade, and if I bombed that word, I'm sorry, but I love it. It's like an orangey red, and it's just, I mean, they have some really great formulas, and I mean, some really great shades. So anyway, that one's why that one's 22. Now, these are actually on the lower end because I actually don't like these palettes. They're not, I wear them more because I like the color story, more than the ones I just showed you, but the formula on these are not my favorite. So 21 is the Nubian Glow palette. I think this was a holiday release. All right. And this one is ranked so low because there's only 2 matte shades, and I have to pull something else in to get a deeper shade. This shade is a glitter. I do not mind glitters and palettes, and I love Juvia's Place glitters. So there's nothing wrong with that for me. And this one is kind of like a duochrome color. It's like gold to green. I mean, I really doubt you're going to be able to see it on camera. So that's why it's not ranked as low, because like I said, I love duochrome shadows. I mean, who doesn't? But I can't get it all in one look out of this. So that's why this one's ranked here. And honestly, yellow is not, it's my favorite color, but it's not my favorite color to wear on me. I don't find that this does anything flattering for my eyes, as far as bringing out the color or anything like that. Like, I have hazel eyes, so anything that makes my eyes look more green or more brown or a combination of them, I really like, but it doesn't do anything for me. So that's why that one's there. And number 20, we are on 20. Yes, 20 is the Nubian Royal palette. Like I said, I think both of these came out for holiday last year. And honestly, I have a purple palette from Juvia's that I like. It's not this one. I don't find the mattes, and purples are hard to formulate. I'm not saying anything about that, but even the shimmer shades, like there's this really dark shimmer right there. I'm never going to wear that on my eye. Like, I don't do dark lid shades very often. And like I said, there's another pressed glitter in here. So if you're not a fan of pressed glitter, you might not like this. And I don't know if this one is, these two are actually still on the website or not. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure they were a holiday release. But I don't find myself pulling for this purple. Because like I said, the mattes aren't all that great. And the shimmers, they don't do it for me. But anyway, let me try to wipe some of these swatches off. So the palette that I like better than that one, but not as much as my other Juvia's Place ones, is the Violets, and this is 19. I like the tones in here better. I like that you have a much lighter purple, a very darker purple, and once again, though, there's no color in between these two. For, like, this would be a transition, this would be a deepening up shade. To me, there's not like a crease shade that would blend the two together. And then these 4 shimmers right here, which, like I said, I love the tones of this particular palette better than the last one I showed you. But guys, this one's still not amazing. I have done 2 or 3 looks with this that I really, really enjoyed. But for the most part, I'm not... The palettes that are in the lower half, when I put them on, they don't, like, make me love my makeup. So there's nothing, like I said, wrong with the formula. I just don't feel amazing when I wear them. So, that was... I lost track again. What did I say? That was 19. So this one's 18. This is the mops. Now, I really do like this one. We're starting to get to the ones where I actually do like and would recommend most of these from here on. So if you're just in the mood for a good neutrally pinky palette, I mean, I consider this a neutral pink palette. I mean, you have two lighter mauve shades that they look neutral when you put them on there. Of course, the darker brownish mauves and then the shimmers are really pretty. But this is like an everyday palette that you wear to go to work and things like that. But guys, this particular shade right here, like I said, it looks like it's a duochrome, and I just love this. When I'm looking for a like everyday fast out the door, you know, don't want to think about it, I use this one and all the other littler palettes from Juvias because sometimes I just don't want to pull out a huge palette and have to think of amazing color combinations. So that's number 18, I think. Okay, so moving on to number 17. You guys might be surprised this one's ranked as high as it is because it's a very neutral palette, but I love it. It is one of the first Juvia's Place palettes I bought, and of course, it's the first Juvia's Place palette, I think. The Nubian, I think, is the first one, and it looks like this. And guys, I don't know what to say. I just love it. I love these like bronzy shades. I love this champagne shade. I like this like cranberry shade right here. And then of course you got like a dark matte to deepen it up. And I just find this is a good everyday palette that I can pull when I just want, you know, a pretty eye look, but I don't like... this is like a running errands palette to me. This is what I would run errands in. This shade right here, this one, is a duochrome. It shifts from like a peach pink color to white. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. And I'm trying to look and see if it's showing up on camera. And I really don't think that it's showing up as good as it should. Excuse my hairy arms. But anyway, this is number 17, the Juvia's Nubian palette. And like I said, I just love it. It's got good matte to shimmer ratio. This one has more shimmers than mattes, but I don't mind that when it's the neutrals because I find they blend beautifully anyway. So number 16 is their all matte palette. It's the Warriors 2 palette. And this one, guys, I like because if I get a new shimmer shadow like I have, these are all of my Looksy singles right here. And sometimes when I just want to play with, you know, just my single shadows, my shimmers that you get from like Terra Moons and Looksy and Cleona, which I don't have any. The restock's coming up on Wednesday. I really, really hope I get it. Anyway, I like pulling an all matte palette for stuff like that. And like I said, it has dark tones. It's got more warm leaning, cooler leaning. You know, it's got, you know, some fun little pops right here that you might need. So really, this is like, it's a great companion palette for my singles. So I really, really love that one. So that one is number 16, I think we're at. Yes. Okay, 15. This is a fairly new launch from Juvia's Place. I think this one and the next one I'm going to talk about are their newer 6-pan palettes. Once again, I love the bronzy shades. I love this really hot fire, like reddish tone. And it's so gorgeous. There's 4 mattes, 2 shimmers. I think that's perfect in a small palette like this. I've worn this a lot this summer, just for like beach days, you know, things like that, where you want something on your eyes, you want it to look pretty, but you don't want to take too much time. So I really, really love this one and definitely recommend that. All right, so 14, guys, I've lost track, is the Blushed Rose. Once again, it's like a pinky palette. This gold shade in here, I think, was like perfect to put in because it pairs so well with the other colors in this palette. Looking at it, you wouldn't think so, but I find the gold on the lid with the pink colors in the, oh, it's just so gorgeous. So that is the next one, and this was number 14. All right, 13. Let's see how many times Star can lose track of what she's counting. All right, so this is the Warrior palette by Juvias. Now, this is a wonderful neutral palette. Even though there are only 3 matte shades in here, I find you don't need any more matte shades than this. So this is a cream color, and most people are like, oh, well, you don't use a cream unless you set your lid. No, 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 no. See, what I use is I take this and this together, and I mix it, and that becomes my crease shade. Then this one is my transition shade. This one I use to deepen up. It's a brow bone highlight. Yes, you can set your primer with this. I mean, however you want to do it. But the standout shades in here, oh my God, are these shimmers. They are so gorgeous. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell y'all in this video that Juvia's Place shimmers are where it's at. And I love this palette. So that was number 13. So number 12 is, now this is a smaller palette compared to this one. So this is what I would say they've had most, the size of it, and then this one is smaller. Now these pan sizes are bigger. Hang on, I'm gonna get to telling you what it is in a second. Then this palette right here, let me hold them up side by side. All right, so these eyeshadow pans are smaller than this one, and this is number 12. This is the Juvia's Nomad palette, and this just screams grungy fall makeup to me. The outside, the inside, you got the yellows, you got like this, oh, this really dark, like green, like a camo green. You got a poop color, like a really cute pukey poop color, which looks so flattering on the eyes. And like I said, the shimmer shades, I mean, you get this one, and then you get this really deep one, which I find when you put it in the outer lid, you know, I don't bring it too far in, but I love it. This yellow shade has sparkles in it, so it's like one of them ColourPop shades that everybody hates. You put it in, you tap it off, the sparkles come off, it performs just like a matte. So, I mean, that would be like my only problem with this one would be just the fact that it has sparkles in it. But anyway, the Nomad by Juvias, number 12. Number 11. Now, I kind of struggled where to put this one. This is the Wahala palette. It is a newer palette, and I love the colors in here. I've used it, I think, 3 or 4 times. The mattes are creamier in this one, but guys, there's so many pressed glitters in it. And like I said, I don't mind pressed glitters, but there's 1, 2, 3, is that one a pressed glitter? Yeah, 4. So, I don't mind pressed glitters in palettes, but I don't need 4 pressed glitter shades. And honestly, the fun colors are the pressed glitters. And I want fun colors that are not pressed glitters. Now, this one down here, I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but this is like a true duochrome. So let me see if I can get, it shifts from like a purple to a green. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. Can you, I wish I had a mirror that I could like hold up because that works. But when it's on the eyes, it is lovely. So lovely. And like I said, you got darker mattes, you got transitions, lots of crease shades, lots of pretty shimmers. This shimmer is gorgeous too. So, I really love this palette, and that is number 11, the Wahala palette. Okay, so I brought my son down here to help me keep track of the numbers. So if you hear him tell me what number I'm on, it's my oldest son. So, number 10. Is and guys, can you believe? Okay, so we're up to my top favorite ones now. All of these I would recommend you purchase as soon as you can. So this is the Berries by Juvias, and I don't know why these smaller palettes wind up so low, because I love smaller compact palettes. I mean, it makes it so much easier to come up with an eye look than having 35 shades that you can't, like, sometimes I just can't wrap my head around what I'm supposed to use. But this is what this looks like. And guys, this is a fall lover's dream right here. I love these type of tones in the fall with a good nude lip. Oh my gosh. And the formula of these are just, once again, this particular palette's mattes went back to a drier formula, even though, like I said, it's a newer palette. I mean, these came out way after the other ones, but it's a drier formula. But guys, they look so pretty and they perform well on the eyes. Even, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a drier matte formula. They're just not my favorite. I much prefer creamier mattes. I find it easier to blend, but these are by no means hard to blend at all. But anyway, definitely recommend this one, especially if you love wearing these type of shades in the fall. Like, I'm totally going to pull this out and do several looks with this. In just a couple weeks, because to me, fall starts like after school begins. So, this is number 10, The Berries by Juvias. All right, so the number 9 shade is the Sweet Pinks palette by Juvias. And guys, this one is such a fun color story for summer. This pink right here is crazy. Hello, Barbie, right on your eye. Like, sometimes you just want to wear a bright pink freaking look, and this is the palette that you use to do it. Right here. I just love sometimes putting a bunch of pink on my face and just being a girl. And so, Juvia's play, and the formula on this one is amazing. Number 8. All right, this is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Juvia's Place Zulu palette. They're all Juvia's Place. I don't know why I keep saying that. You already know by now. And this is what it looks like. Now, I gotta say, this purple shade, not the best purple. It can tend to be patchy if you overblend or you don't blend it enough. You have to hit that sweet spot on this shade right here. Not my favorite. Now, there aren't a lot of deepening up shades on this, but back when this came out, this was like a fun rainbow type of palette. And I still love it. To this day, I still use it. I love the green in here. I just love this blue. They're just both very beautiful. Summer, beach, you know, that's what it makes me think of. And I love pulling this out in the summer. So, that is the Zulu palette. Number
7.
Is it 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
We're going with what my oldest said, and he said this is number 7, and this is the Saharan palette. This I love wearing for winter. Guys, just the blues in it, something about it just reminds me of wintertime. Once again, this is like a duochrome kind of shade. It's like a blue gold reflect with a tiny hints of green in it. Only 3 matte shades in this one. This, you know, is kind of a bummer, but I find that you can make a cohesive look with this, even with only 3 matte shades, because this purple and this brown right here can go dark. They build up dark enough. They don't start off that way, but they definitely can be built to where they're dark enough that you can use them for the outer corners. So, once again, that is number 8, the Saharan palette. 7. My son's getting into this,
6.
guys. Oh, wait. This is 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the other one was 7. Okay. See, even with him here to help me, I still get... All right. This is the Nubian, too. This is the first Juvia's Place palette I bought. And, guys, for a while, this was my favorite just because it was my first ever one that I bought. And I used it all the time. This was back when I didn't have tons of makeup. And I thought this green shade looked so amazing on my eyes. And I just thought I was hot. Whenever I wore this palette, it was like, I knew how to do makeup, even though that was like 7 years ago, maybe. The shades in here, they're very neutral matte shades. You know, you can put pops of color on your lids, underneath your lower lash line. This was a very good all-in-one palette for me years ago. Now I don't use it so much because I have so many of these tones elsewhere, but the formula, even though I've had it for a while, still performs amazing. These shimmers, guys, just watch, and it keeps going. I mean, it's beautiful. I love this palette. I still love it to this day. All right, So now we are moving on to my top five palettes. These are the ones that if I like had a fire and I lost it, I would immediately go repurchase these. Like, could not live my life without them. So number 5 is the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. Now, I know you guys probably saw me talk about this in my top 10 favorite summer palettes. Perfect. Half neutral, half colorful. A good mix of mattes and shimmers. I mean, Juvia's Place tends to do more shimmers and palettes than mattes anyway. But I find that the mattes in here are perfect. You don't need like any extra shades to get a good look out of it. Like I said, this brown can go pretty deep. You have these beautiful bright funds of colors. My son is trying so hard to get in my YouTube video right now. Sit back down. You're not going to be able to help me if you don't do it right. Okay. So anyway, I just love this one. I would wear it for work, and then that night, if I came home and I wanted to go on a date with my husband, I would put this on the lower lash line, or, you know, pop a fun, bright inner corner shade. Like, there's just so much you can do with this palette. It's so versatile. And if you guys will notice that the rest of the palettes from here on out, you can do so much with them. So this is number 5, the Masquerade palette.
Number 4.
Number 4 is my Wahala 2. Guys, I love this one so much better than the original Wahala. And I think it's because the tones in here just are so me. I love greens and blues on my eyes. They're my favorite to wear. My husband loves it when I wear greens and blues. There's you know, lots of neutrally tones over here that you can use to get a more neutral look. There's some cooler tone shimmers right here that make fun pops of inner corners. And there's only, I mean, there's still 3. Is this one a glitter? Yeah, 4 glitters in this. But I find the colors in these glitters, while are perfect companions to the other shades. Like, put this on your lid and pop it with this glitter. The other ones just didn't feel like they really belonged in the palette. And once again, this shade right here, beautiful duochrome. I think you can see the shift on this one. It's purple to a green color. It's just, it's gorgeous. And I am like full on makeup. See, oh yeah, you can see the shift right there. I have swatches everywhere. So anyway, this is number 4, the Wahala.
The Magic's number 4.
Whoa!
Oh, shoot. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll get it for you.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll get it.
Okay.
They all came tumbling down. So we're on number 3.
The Magic.
This is the Magic palette, and this is the second palette from Juvia's Place I ever bought. I actually put this in a project pan not too long ago, and I totally hit pan on this cream shade right here. I tried to hit it in this Sun shade, and it takes forever to hit pan on these. This is another thing, guys. The pans are huge, and it is a great value for your money. I think this whole palette is only like $23, and you get, it doesn't say on this packaging, I don't know if the newer packaging says it or not, but like, you get so much eyeshadow for the price. And I just find this color story is just so fun. When you look at it at first, you're like, what in the world am I going to do with this? But guys, there's always something new to do with it. You can do a more natural crease. You can put some fun blues and purples in your crease. Like, it just, and these shimmer shades, I love this Faso shade. Literally my favorite shade from all of my Juvia's palettes, including the duochrome shades. I just love it. There's something so special about that shade. This green shade, oh, so gorgeous, really fun. So that was the number 3 palette, the Juvia's Magic. Number 2 is the I don't know how you say this, to be honest. I've heard it so many different ways over the year. It's either the deuce, the douche, the dose. I don't know. It's this palette right here. I personally call it the deuce palette. I don't know. This is a fun spring color story. I love this in the spring. This is a white to pink duochrome shift, and it's so pretty. You get a deepening up shade. You get lighter shades. I find that these two do look a little similar on the lid unless you use a white base. But to be honest, this one's just a little more brighter. So you put that one in the crease. You put that one as, no, you put this one as a transition, that one as a crease. Deepen it up, pop something on the lid. Oh, this is so beautiful for spring. And I love wearing this paired with some of my pink lipsticks. Just gorgeous. That is number 2, the deuce.
The final one.
The final one. All right, guys, I'm sure if you've seen all the palettes by now, you can probably guess, especially since you know what colors I love on my eyes the most. This is, by far, the most favorite, and in my opinion, the best Juvia's Place there is. It is the Juvia's Place Tri Palette. It looks like this. And if you love greens and oranges, it is heaven. You have a really fun green and like this bright, it's like a bright yellow green and this like bright neon-y green that just goes so well on the eye, along with this deeper green. And then you got these orange shades. Just put one of these orange or like these poop colored shades. It's so gorgeous. This is a white to green shift. It just looks pretty as an inner corner highlight. These perform so well. I've never gotten a look from this palette that I did not absolutely love, that did not make me want to continue to use this every day. Like, I don't think I would ever get tired of using this. I don't. And this bronze shade, it looks so boring, but on the eye, especially when you pair it with these greens down here, is so gorgeous. So that is the Tribe palette, and that is my number 1 palette. Okay, guys. So if you enjoyed having me miscount and have to have my son come in here and help me in his shenanigans, and then my palette's falling. If you like those, give them a thumbs up, because that's what this mama is all about. It's constant chaos. So anyway, I hope you like this video. I plan on doing another one with my ColourPop. If there are any of these particular palettes that you want to see me do looks with, either on my channel or on Instagram, on a TikTok video, just stick it down in the comments. And remember, makeup is just fun, man. It's not meant to be judgmental, and I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.